Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. Grab a warm drink, get comfy, because we're about to embark on a little journey together. A journey, actually, that's all about finding more by having less. It's a journey I've been on myself, and it's one I truly believe can transform your life, just like it has mine. For a long time I lived a life that felt full of stuff, full of commitments, full of noise, and I always thought full meant good. But honestly, it often felt more like overwhelmed. My closet was overflowing, my calendar was jammed, and my mind was constantly buzzing with endless to-do lists. Sound familiar? We often chase after more possessions, more experiences, more achievements, believing that they will bring us happiness. But what if the opposite is true? What if true contentment lies in letting go? I remember one particular moment vividly. I was staring at a mountain of clothes I rarely wore, feeling utterly defeated. It wasn't just the clothes, it was the weight of all the decisions I had to make, the constant feeling of never having enough space, enough time, enough peace. I felt suffocated by the sheer volume of things I owned, things that were supposed to make my life better, but were actually holding me back. That's when something clicked. I realized I was drowning in a sea of more, and what I really craved was less. I longed for a sense of ease, a feeling of lightness, and the freedom to focus on what truly mattered. The wake-up call. Embracing the idea of simplicity. This wasn't some grand, sudden revelation. It was a slow dawning, an unfolding. I started by reading, listening, and just absorbing the idea of simplicity. Not minimalism in a stark, unlivable way, but simplicity as a path to clarity, to joy, to what truly matters. It's about finding freedom in intentional living. The first step for me was admitting I needed a change. It meant acknowledging that my current way of living wasn't serving me. And the second was realizing that simplicity isn't about deprivation. It's about prioritization. It's about consciously choosing to make space for what truly adds value to your life and gently letting go of what doesn't. It's about aligning your daily actions with your deepest values. My journey started in my physical space because that's what felt most tangible and easiest to control initially. My closet was my first battleground. I spent a whole weekend, just me and my clothes, and the question that guided me was simple. Does this bring me joy, or does it serve a real purpose? It was tough. There were sentimental items, what-if items, and I paid too much for this items that whispered doubts in my ear. But with each piece I decided to let go of, I felt a little lighter, a little more free. It was like shedding layers of an old self. And let me tell you, the after was incredible. My closet wasn't just neater, it was a joy to open. Getting dressed became effortless. I suddenly had more time in the mornings, more mental energy, and a clear view of what I actually loved wearing. I wasn't constantly searching for something or feeling overwhelmed by too many choices. That was my first big win. A powerful demonstration of how letting go can lead to gaining so much. This initial success gave me the courage to explore simplicity in other areas of my life. Beyond the clutter, simplicity in time and mindset. But simplicity isn't just about physical possessions. Oh no, it goes so much deeper. After tackling my physical space, I started looking at my calendar. This was a revelation. I realized I was saying yes to so many things out of obligation or fear of missing out, or just because I thought I should. My schedule was packed, but my spirit felt drained. My calendar used to be a riot of colors, back-to-back meetings, social events, and random errands. It felt like I was constantly rushing from one thing to the next, never truly present in any of them. I was busy, undeniably busy, but was I fulfilled? Was I making meaningful progress towards my goals, or just spinning my wheels? Often the answer was no. The constant busyness was a distraction, keeping me from truly connecting with myself and my loved ones. So I started applying the same principles. For every invitation, every new commitment, I asked myself, does this genuinely excite me? Does it align with my values? Does it move me closer to the kind of life I want to live? Or am I just adding another obligation? It felt scary at first, saying no. There was a fear of disappointing people, of being perceived as uncommitted. But with each no to something that didn't serve me, I was saying a big, enthusiastic yes to something that did, to rest, to passion projects, to quality time with loved ones, to simply being. The before and after on my calendar was astonishing. Suddenly there were blank spaces, glorious, empty space for spontaneous walks, for deep work, for just being. My stress levels plummeted and my creativity soared. I found I had more energy, more focus, and a greater sense of calm throughout my day. It was a huge win, a testament to the power of intentional choices and the courage to protect your most valuable resource, your time. And then there's the biggest, perhaps most profound area of simplicity, our mindset. This is where the real work and the real magic happens. For years, my mind was a chaotic mess of worries, comparisons, and negative self-talk. I was constantly chasing external validation, always striving for the next achievement, the next shiny thing, believing that once I had it, I'd finally be happy. But happiness remained elusive, always just out of reach. Simplicity in this context meant decluttering my thoughts. It meant practicing mindfulness, learning to observe my thoughts without judgment, and gently redirecting my focus towards gratitude and presence. It meant letting go of the need for perfection and embracing the beauty of good enough. It involved actively challenging limiting beliefs and cultivating a more compassionate inner voice. This wasn't a one-time clean-out. It's an ongoing practice, like tending a garden. Some days are easier than others, but the commitment to cultivating a clear mind remains. But the shift has been incredible. My mind feels calmer, clearer, and more resilient. I'm less reactive to external circumstances and more grounded in my own inner peace. I've learned to appreciate the small moments, to find joy in the everyday, and to trust my own intuition. This, I truly believe, is the ultimate more that comes from less, a deeper sense of inner peace and contentment, challenges, and embracing imperfection. Now, I wouldn't be sharing my true simplicity story if I didn't talk about the challenges. This isn't a linear path to perfection. There are days when the clutter creeps back in, when the old habits resurface, when the lure of more feels strong. There are moments of doubt, of feeling like you're not doing it right, or that you're falling behind. One of my biggest challenges was dealing with the expectations of others, and even my own internal perfectionism. Sometimes, people didn't understand why I was letting go of certain things, or why I was prioritizing rest over constant activity. It's easy to get caught up in comparison, seeing someone else's perfectly minimalist home on social media, and feeling like you're falling short. The pressure to conform, to keep up with consumer culture, can be immense. But I've learned that simplicity is a personal journey. It's not about achieving some ideal state defined by someone else. It's about continuously moving in a direction that feels right for you. It's about progress, not perfection. And it's okay to stumble, to learn, and to adjust along the way. Be kind to yourself through the process. Celebrate the small victories, learn from the setbacks, and always remember your why. Your journey is unique, and that's its strength. Your simplicity story. Take the first step. So what's your simplicity story going to be? Are you feeling that whisper, that nudge to create a little more space, a little more peace in your own life? Are you ready to trade overwhelm for calm and endless striving for genuine fulfillment? Here's the most beautiful part. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. You can start small. It could be one drawer in your kitchen, one shelf in your bathroom, or even just clearing out your email inbox. Maybe it's setting a boundary for 1 hour in your week to protect your focus, or consciously deciding to say no to one non-essential commitment. Just pick one area where you feel overwhelmed and ask yourself, what can I release here to create more ease? Perhaps it's a pile of old magazines that are gathering dust, or an app on your phone that's constantly demanding your attention and distracting you from what truly matters, or a social commitment you dread because it drains your energy. Just choose one thing and take that brave first step. The momentum from that small win will propel you forward. The tangible positive changes you'll experience are truly incredible. More clarity, more energy, more joy, more time for what you truly love, and a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. This isn't just about decluttering. It's about rediscovering who you are beneath the layers of accumulation and obligation. It's about creating a life that feels authentic, meaningful, and aligned with your true desires. And I'm so excited for you to begin your own journey. I'd absolutely love to hear about your simplicity story. What small step did you take? What win did you experience, big or small? What challenge did you overcome, and how did you navigate it? Share your thoughts and experiences. Your story might just be the inspiration someone else needs to start their own transformative journey. Remember, a journey to less is often a journey to discover so much more. More joy, more peace, more freedom. You've got this. Take that first step and watch your life unfold in beautiful, simpler ways. Thanks for listening today. Until next time, keep embracing your journey to less and more.